youngest of three boys. I look up to my two older brothers, and they've made me who I am today. Football is really the thing that we got into together.
Kind of at the same time, we both started playing, and quickly both were, key contributors to our teams.
That's a bond we had for years, just training together, working out together. We played 1 year together. I couldn't ask for a more special experience.
So I was probably 27, was exhausted all the time. If I did not have work in a day, it was tough to even get out of bed. So I went to an urgent care, and that kind of kicked off the process. I remember our physician called me, and the first thing she said, she was like, immediately go to a hospital. This is some of the worst blood work I've ever seen.
I'll never forget when the doctor came in and said, hey, we think we might have found something. And that's kind of the moment our family's life got flipped upside down. So diagnosis was stage 3 small bowel cancer.
The actual location and how my tumor laid was in my small intestines, but it was really close to some major arteries, so that was a big driver of why it was not operable. As a 30-year-old, it's pretty tough to be told inoperable because you're gonna have cancer until you die. That was kind of the moment everything really sank in for me.
I remember Luke distinctly said, something along the lines of, throw everything at me, bring it on. I'll do whatever I need to do to fight this thing.
I was immediately put on 3 different chemo drugs. After we went through that, we switched over to immunotherapy. Went 3 weeks without being able to absorb any food, throwing up. I had a duodenal jejectomy. One morning on a work trip, I go for a run and feel a pop. And at that point, the surgery I'd had herniated. Get right to UPenn, and they say I need emergency hernia surgery. The surgeon was like, hey, I have to open you up. We don't know what it's gonna look like in there. You have scar tissue from the first surgery, but he's like, if I think I can do it, I'm gonna try to take everything out. So they took out inches of intestines, call out 47 lymph nodes out of my stomach, but they had felt they got all the cancer, everything that was infected, and that was the day treatment stopped, and as of now, I've been in remission since. I know there's really high chances of reoccurrence, so I've never rung a bell.
We kind of shifted our mentality to we're gonna go attack life. We're not gonna let life come at us.
You spend 2-3 years looked at by everyone as a patient. In your head, you kind of question when people talk to you, do they believe you're gonna be alive in a few years? A good way mentally to at least tell yourself they don't think that anymore is to get in a ring in front of 1,000 people.
And being there, watching him win was a super emotional and just rewarding moment for our entire family and friend group. He came out of the ring, he looked at me and he said, you're next. I said, no problem, let's do it.
So I hear that you're gonna be fighting next year?
I'm thinking about it, absolutely.
Well, what's gonna get you to commit?
Tonight, just being here is pretty awesome. I think I'm in.
I'm big on knowing your why, knowing what's important to you, knowing what motivates you and inspire you. And if he could go through that, I can absolutely go through a sparring session or step in the ring and take a few punches.
It's been awesome to be a sparring partner and training partner going into his fight.
Super cool to be able to train with my brother. It kind of takes us back to the football days of getting out on the field or hitting the weight room together. Looking back at my brother's situation, you never know what's knocking. I want to experience everything that life has to offer, and I want to inspire other people to do the same thing. So just go out there and live life. Say yes.